Okay? Boom, 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 boom. And then I took and played it in 2. So I only played 2 of each one. And then what I did is I only played 1 of each one the last time. But because there's 4, it was in 4/4. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's 4, then 2, then 1. And that's what the exercise is, 4, 2, 1. Okay? You see how I did that? Now check it out. Now I don't have to play it on the hi-hat. I want to play it on the ride and hi-hat. Okay? Just like that. And that's what you do the whole time. On your hands, you're going all the way through. And that never changes. It's just your foot. 1, 2, got me? You with me so far? Is there any questions on that one? Okay, let's play a little faster. Let's try to go 130 and see what we can do here. Just sounds a lot cooler. Okay? Now, what I did is I took the 12/8 pattern, 6 tuplets, and I did the same thing. So I worked up the same pattern. If you look on the next page, I did the same pattern with this. Okay? And it's just in 6 tuplets. So now I'm going to switch it to triplets. So instead of being 16th notes, it's going to be triplets. It's just not that fast yet. Okay? So, let's look at this one. Now I did the same thing with the bass drum key at the bottom. Okay? I went triplet, rest, triplet, rest, triplet, 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 triplet. That's the first and second parts. You guys see that at the bottom there? This part right here. Triplet, rest, triplet, rest, triplet, 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 triplet. So you're playing on the second beat of the triplet the second time. Do you see that? Yeah. And now the third time you play on the third beat of the triplet. So it goes triplet, 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 triplet. And then you just put them together. Triplet, 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 triplet. And then all while you're doing this. And that's a paradiddle diddle. So the whole time you're just playing paradiddle diddles over that. So you're going. Okay? So let's do the first part. You got that? The second one is on the second beat of the triplet, okay? Now you notice I did the same thing. I lined the bass drum up with what you're doing on the cymbal, okay? So, okay, so now it's not on the downbeat anymore. It's on the second beat of the triplet. And then the last one, same thing. It's triplet, Okay, and then I just took that whole thing and made it an exercise. Now let's look at that closely. The first three systems, the first three staffs that you see is the exercise. It's in 12/8. Okay? And then if you look at the system below, it changes to 6/8. Now remember when we were doing the 16th note one, we went doing 4s, and then we went to 2s, and then the 1s. This is set up the same way. 4s, 2, and then 1s. The 9/8 is 1. There's 1 of each one. So instead of you're doing a downbeat, then you're doing the second beat of the triplet, and then you're doing the third beat of the triplet. Do you see that? Okay? So in context, it sounds like this. Again. Ready, go. That's the whole exercise. Okay? And basically what's that teaching you is teaching you how to displace the bass drum. Okay? So it doesn't have to be on the downbeat the whole time. You can go. You know what I mean? Cool. So let's look at the last part here. Last page. 7/8. Okay? We're going to do paradiddles and paradiddle diddles in 7/8. Okay, now if you look at the first part here, 7/8. What does that mean? Anybody?
7/8 notes.
It means there's 7/8 notes in a measure. Okay, so if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how you count 7/8. Okay, now you can group different groupings in that 7. Okay? So if you look at the first one, I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then the second line, I did it backwards. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So that whole exercise, them two bars are 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, stop. But it's written as 16ths. So it goes. But now, to take it up a notch even more, instead of just doing alternating 16ths, we're doing paradiddles and paradiddle diddles. So if you look at this right here, notice I have the sticking down here, so you can follow with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these two first staffs here, slow. Now what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to count that while I'm playing it. I want everybody to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Can we all do that together? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to count it off, and we're going to do that 2 times, just how we did it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1. See that? Again. 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I did paradiddle, 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 diddle, paradiddle, 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 diddle. Now, the next rhythm is backwards. It's the same thing. It's 1, 2, 3 first, then 1, 2, 1, 2. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2.